Hey, how's it going? This is SolDirix, and I'm going to be showing you an indie game I am working on in Unreal Engine 4. Now, this isn't a Kickstarter video, but more of a technical presentation of what I'm working on so far. So here I'm playing as this character from a third-person perspective. She can run, walk, shoot enemies, collect pickups, open doors and chests, and take damage. You can display the player's current health and attack damage, as well as walk slowly to avoid enemy attacks by holding down the shift key like I am doing here. You can fire with the X key as well as strafe with the arrow keys while firing bullets. Now there will be some spoilers regarding the player's abilities, so I will warn you of them when they come up so that you can skip them if you want. This is actually a C++ Unreal Engine project made with version 4.25 and coded with Microsoft Visual Studio 2019. Here I made it so that the player can enter rooms which reorient and reposition the camera. 3D meshes outside of the room boundary are blocked from view. The player can also open doors by walking up to them and pressing the action key, which will be the Z key in this case. All of the meshes you see in the 3D scene were made by yours truly with Blender 2.8. The textures for the models were produced with GIMP and Krita. As for what type of game this is going to be, I have decided to make an adventure shoot 'em up. It will have some RPG mechanics added to it, such as the ability to upgrade your spell attacks. You will also be able to upgrade your health and maximum attack damage. Most of these are upgraded by equipping special items such as spell tomes and charms. Now here the player cannot get through this door because it is locked from the other side. So now the player has to travel around to unlock the door. Also, here you can see the player managed to find a chest, and there's nothing inside it. Bummer. But here the player managed to unlock the door from the other side. Now if you were disappointed by the apparent lack of items and chests, here are some chests full of treasures to make up for it. These actually do add items to your inventory, and the currency is counted up. It can be used to buy potions which can increase your stats and heal certain status effects. The UI for these menus had to be coded from scratch since, as of this video, Unreal Engine's UI system does not support a 3D UI. I instead render the UI through a scene capture component 2D off screen, which is then alpha blended with the results of the 3D scene. Now here you can see the tab menu. This is actually where the majority of the programming went into, believe it or not. Now these are some of the status effects. They currently don't do anything yet, but they are just sitting there for now. You can view a description of them by selecting them. Your stats are displayed here as well as any quests you have to complete. Now we are going to move on to the item menu. Now the item menu has both usable and key items. Usable items can be used, trashed, or moved around in the inventory. Key items are just for solving puzzles and quests. As you can see, the antidote cured my poison. Now the reason the inventory is shaped like this is because I will later be creating a quick selection menu that lets you quickly use an item during combat, and the selector will start in the center, making it easier to reach items faster. Okay, so next I'm going to be showing you the magic skill tree. Now this is where the spoilers begin, so you can skip ahead if you want. Okay, so the magic menu is pretty self-explanatory. It's where you upgrade your magic attacks. You can change the bullet element, distance, the number of bullets, the size of the bullets, and the spread and shape of the bullets. As you can see, the player's attack has now changed, and now I'm fighting some enemies here. They drop some items that increase your attack power. Those glowing orbs are enemy projectiles, so you want to avoid those. You can walk to make it easier to avoid them. You can also add a secondary magic skill tree that is used for attacking while walking, also known as focus mode. It allows you to alternate between attacks by pressing and releasing the walk or focus key. I can now alternate between fire and water attacks. I use a fire tome with the fan tome for spreading fire bullets outward. I use the water tome with the needle tome for firing water bullets shaped like needles to deal more damage. This is the charms menu, where you can equip charms to increase your status and abilities in the form of positive status effects. They can be combined to create special status effects that can give you a boost. Lastly, the collection menu displays the levels you completed, as well as any cards you have collected. The cards display a character and offer a description when selected. When you take damage from enemies, you will not only lose health, but also have your attack damage reduced by 1/4. When you run out of health, a death sequence will play out, which will mark the end of the game. The last thing I want to show you is the pause menu. It lets you change the game options as well as quit the game. The options menu lets you modify the graphics, sound, and keyboard key assignments. All the options currently work except the sound options, since I have not implemented sound yet. There are more in-depth options for the graphics that let you modify things like the shadow quality, reflection quality, toggling certain post-processing effects, and VSync. The controls option lets you change whichever keys you wish. You can reset them to their defaults if you change your mind. Force quit lets you quit the game instantly by pressing a single key. To sum things up, this project so far has taught me a lot about the Unreal Engine and how to work with it. Unreal Engine does have quite a few pitfalls, and so it is good to gain hands-on experience. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.